What's up, guys? I'm back, and I'm going to get straight to Led Zeppelin, and then I'm going to have another reaction out right after this. That's going to be incredible. So today we're doing Achilles' Last Stand, and this is by Led Zeppelin. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't think I've done this one yet. I don't think I've heard this before. Correct me down below if I have. I don't think I have, though. So Achilles' Last Stand, this is a 10-minute long song, so this is a long reaction. But without further ado, let's get on to this reaction. In 3, 2, 1. John Bonham ridiculous? I just wanted to point that out. If you really take apart the song, sort of dissect the song, it really sort of is overwhelming how impactful John Bonham is to this band. And I know all you guys know that. For the people that don't listen to Zeppelin normally, if you just listen to Bonham and how loud he is, that's not normal from other bands, so... This song is, the way it's structured is pretty much like a hit, you know. For instance, a song like Stairway to Heaven, it goes back and forth, not as much as this, but it starts out slow and gradually gets louder until the end. And I'm not saying that this song is like that at all, but this is sort of a formula. I mean, this is, first of all, this is a 10-minute long song. Second of all, this is, the parts that are being played are just so, like, first of all, I just want to point this out. I'm going to get right back to the reaction. But the parts that are being played by people like Paige and JPJ are so different than what I'm used to on the basic, you know, songs like the Lemon song. And this is more of like a long 10-minute song, you know. It's sort of different from what I'm used to from Mothership. I just wanted to point that out, give a quick thought in between the song.
Sleeping now to rise again.
I'll let it finish out. What I wanted to point out real quick, and this is something that I don't know, I just sort of thought of while listening to this song, and I thought about this a little earlier as well. If you sort of listen to Page's guitar playing, and of course every different guitarist has a different sound. You have legends like Chuck Berry, and those guys that have that type of sound, a more gritty blues sound. Then you have people like Jimmy Page, and Jimmy Page's guitar sort of sounds like, I don't know, though it's such a high pitch. It's sort of, I don't know if anyone's ever said that before. I might be the first one to say that, but in my opinion, it's sort of like what Glory sounds like, Page's guitar. I just love the way it sounds, and there's so many songs that really his guitar tuning made special. But that's with every band. You look at Stones, you look at Gimme Shelter. The way that guitar is sort of sounds sort of in a way makes the song. Of course, a riff is huge in a song. I mean, that for some songs, the songwriting can be terrible, but a great riff can sort of transcend that song to heights unheard of. You know, can get platinum records based off one good single. You know, it can have really, there's some albums where a single can pretty much make up for a bad album. One single can sell an album. And I know back in the day there were vinyl where they sold a little single, one song or maybe two songs. There was either one or two on a little disc, I think they're called. I don't know much about vinyl, but something like that. But it's just incredible to me because the way that he plays the guitar, it sounds so, I don't know, and I hope you guys know what I'm saying, but the high-pitched notes, it just sounds, there's something about it in the way it sounds that just is just, I don't even know the right word for it. It just, and I hope you guys know what I'm saying, but, and I think you do. Comment down below if you do, and if you agree or disagree with that thought, but it has sort of a really high-pitched sound that sort of sounds just incredible to me. I don't know what it is. Other people in the song, we have John Bonham, ridiculous with drumming. Again, I sort of pointed him out really in the middle of the song. I paused it and talked about him, but he's just incredible. He is Zeppelin. John Bonham is Led Zeppelin. And of course, Jimmy Page is Led Zeppelin and JPJ. That's why this group is so good, because not only is John Bonham Led Zeppelin, but all these other guys are Led Zeppelin, right? And what I mean by that is you have a band, there's so many bands I can name off. You have a band like Van Halen, for instance, the late and great Eddie Van Halen. And that band is pretty much Eddie Van Halen. Like what's his name? Sammy Hagar, I think his name is. Took over after Lee Roth, David Lee Roth. He took over for David Lee Roth. But the sound was still, this was Eddie Van Halen's band. That's what it was, right? But then you have bands like Led Zeppelin where if there were three bad people and John Bonham was there, it would be John Bonham's band. Like, that's how good he is. But not only do you have John Bonham, you also have Page, which could really have his own band to himself. And then JPJ is one of the best bass players of all time as well, along with one of the best singers of all time. That's why it's so incredible to hear Led Zeppelin, because it's so much talent. It's not just a couple songs here and there. I mean, look at Mothership. That's what, 24 hits? That's unheard of, man. You know, I was checking out their albums a couple weeks ago, and I was looking at them. They have about 4 to 5 hits on each album. There's nothing like that I know of in rock and roll, in any music. You could go way back to the blues. You could go to rock and roll. You could go to present day rap. I don't know any music that has 5 hits in one album on it. And sure, you could say, you could point out a couple of people that might have 5 hits on one album. But the question is, do they have 5 hits on the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one? I forgot how many albums Zeppelin put out, but they have 5 hits on most of their albums. So sure, if you have 5 hits on one album, that's incredible and ridiculous and insane. But if you can replicate that process multiple times, that right there, it's not luck, or it's not one guy that's good in the band. Led Zeppelin, everybody's good. And it shows it with all the hits that they made. It's unheard of what they've done. They have the most popular song of all time, arguably, Stairway to Heaven. And they have a whole album with hits. So it's just incredible to hear this stuff. This is another good song. This is structured sort of like Stairway. And I'm not saying it's like Stairway. I'm saying this is the type of song that is sort of, what's the right word for it? You know, and it's built and constructed to be in the same conversation as a Freebird or Stairway to Heaven. A 10-minute long song that's incredible throughout, and really the whole song is just spot on. For some reason, I have not heard of that song before today, which is shocking because it's sort of made like a hit. And again, I'm not using the word hit because a hit is a hit, right? But I'm talking about a sort of revolutionary decade, century, even a century. Like you make one of these a century. That's what they were trying to replicate with this song, Achilles' Last Stand. I don't know why I haven't heard of it, but it's incredible. I really like it. Of course, it's not as good as Stairway. And maybe that's why it's not the best song of all time. But to have 2 songs that are this good, and then to have an album of 24 songs that are good, it shocks me, man. And that's why Zeppelin is so good. Zeppelin, also the younger people, the younger generation really loves Zeppelin. And it's great to see that. But see, there's, and that's also with rap in today's time, is that there's rap out right now. Just to give you guys a present day lesson with music right now, there's a bunch of junk music out right now. And there's some old rappers from back in the day that their music has transcended still to today's generation. And the thing with Zeppelin is that, and with rock and roll in general, it seems like those songs last way longer than any genre of music. Granted, rap has been out for 30 years or so, and it wasn't even that popular 30 years ago, really in the 1990s and 2000s and stuff. But anyway, let's get off of the rap conversation. I just find it fascinating that rock has so many hits and so many songs that are so good. Like, these aren't just songs that are decent or songs that are good because it's by Led Zeppelin. These are songs that are good and are incredible still, and that I listen to, and I still enjoy them. And, you know, that's just, for me, one of the biggest things about music is that, can they make a song that, 50 years later almost? Let's see, 1970, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020, almost 21. That's, for 50 years, they have songs that transcended the next generation, and it's incredible. You know, it's cool stuff to see. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this. This is a little longer of a reaction. I wanted to give more opinion on this one because this is a incredible song, and I know a lot of people like songs like this. So I wanted to sort of give a reaction that I enjoyed, and reaction that I sort of believe was the best for something like that. I usually don't cut in between the song, but I think it was necessary to get a couple thoughts in before I forgot them, and to get them in the middle of the song. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this one. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I'm gonna have a reaction after this, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Subscribe if you like it. Like the video, I would appreciate that. Also comment. Make sure you guys comment. Everyone, please comment that watches this video. I read them, and I'm responding back to all the comments I missed, but I read them, I respond, and it's just good to see your opinion on it. I learned some stuff too. I love learning stuff like that. History and stuff like that's pretty cool to grasp and learn. But yeah, thank you guys.